You guys finally made it to Vizimar, the capital of Sephiria. Um, well, actually, let me rewind a little bit. Back in Rimbarun, you guys ran into a very colossal um, elephant man who Vasher challenged. Um, the fight ended in kind of like a stalemate draw thing, but the elephant man claimed victory anyway. Um, Afterwards, he said something vague about Ragnar, and then all of you the next day set off towards Vizimar. Once you finally got to Vizimar, the party got split up because the crowds and the general chaos of being within the city. Um, Now, if I'm correct, Leo, you got pulled away.
As a suspect for murder.
Something like that.
No,
No, he wasn't
Yeah.
a suspect of murder. They wanted to question him on what he knew of the dead man.
We all passed tell.
Like I said,
Yeah.
a suspect for murder.
Well, that didn't last very long.
I'm looking kind of sus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
what?
vented.
What tasks have you
Yeah,
done?
what tasks were you doing, Zala or Leo?
So, after Leo kind of got lost and not knowing where Tethrin and Zala had gone off to, he kind of went off. By the way, Leo, you are being tailed by a Severian knight, who's just kind of following you around, just watching you do things until you bumped into a noblewoman. And it was kind of some kind of procession going through the middle of the city. And she kind of like pulled you in and kind of made you part of the procession. In the interim, you kind of lost track of where that Saphirian Knight went, though he may be close by. Raylan, you chased down a pickpocket and managed to get your coin purse back before meeting a woman named Talaxi. Um, Also a Verdan of some kind. She seems to have some kind of pull within the city, and you followed her up towards kind of the higher echelons of the city. Zala and Tethrin, the two of you kind of beelined it to um, the Mammoth's wealth. After you guys kind of pinpointed the location, the location of the inn. And Vasher, you were carrying around Yeska, going to I believe it was the Knight's Hall, kind of in the lower section of the city. And then they told you that you were in the wrong branch and had to go elsewhere to find the information that you needed or give the information that you had. As all of you are kind of scattered throughout the city, I don't have a map for you, but I did make this, at least so you could visualize.
Oh, okay.
Ah, the
Nice.
arcade.
Not too bad.
Yo, Zala, wanna play some Guitar Hero Arcade?
I only played DDR.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You don't have the dexterity.
Just put
So-
on Too Little Too Late by JoJo.
JoJo's
Steel.
So you guys kind of have like a spatial awareness of where everything is. I'm still working on the map. It's taking me a while. It's really big. So we can just put marker names of things as we kind of go along. But Vasher and Yeska, you lead down the throughway. That was the main entrance that all of you kind of walked into. That's that large circle with the statue and the 6 different roads leading to different parts of the city. I think, Leo, you are currently in the Grand Bazaar, in the center of the town. This is where most of the commerce happens. There's a bit of residence and other things here, but you are currently in a possession there. Zala, Tethrin, and Raylan, you are all made it to the Crystal Arcade, kind of the higher echelon of the town, where the more affluent people live. And as you get past a certain security measure that they had higher. With that, let me turn down this music a little bit. Let's go ahead and start off with Zala and Tethrin. The two of you made it to the Crystal Arcade. Zala having themselves well enough for that top hat, and though the guard was interested in the top for some time, you still made it through to this more illustrious part of town. Um, all the buildings here are a much nicer quality than most other parts in the city. Very clean, tidy. Though the streets are fairly narrow. Since this is a higher portion of the city, it's probably older and has less real estate. Though they seem to have built upwards to kind of account for that kind of real estate, like lack of real estate. As you both kind of zig and zag through the alleyways and far more narrow streets, they're still large enough for a cart to get through, but just barely. As sometimes you do see heavy carts trying to wedge themselves between some smaller throughways. As you're walking, you do notice some more high-class people. Nicer clothes, jewelry, some very nice weapons on some individuals. But you eventually do see that large golden orb on top of a 4-story building. All of the exterior parts of the building have some kind of golden adornments on them, and there is statues of mammoths currently holding up the 4 corners of the building. The building itself is kind of on an overhang that you can see down into the rest of the city. It actually looks out towards the steps of apostles, kind of an academic section of the city itself. But you take it that this is probably Mammoth's wealth. What would you guys like to do?
Tethrin, what are you wearing?
Just what I normally wear.
Which is,
Do I need to describe it again?
I was just wondering. So
Did you not? You don't remember my session 0?
I didn't write it down what you wore. That's fine.
I have like this white linen shirt, some like black, like checkered, not checkered, like what's the pattern? I'm thinking
Plaid.
Plaid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that like a monochromatic gray to black plaid pants, some combat boots, and a nice wizardy robe.
As we're getting closer, I'd probably look at Tethrin and I'll say, do you think that we should get some nicer clothes for our other members of our soon-to-be guild? I feel like we're going to look like low-class trash when we arrive for the actual games.
Oh, why does it matter what we look like during the games? Well, something's going to be trying to kill us. Does it really
True.
matter if we look
You know, we could have everyone
or
we
like
could
a
have the upper
uniform?
class on our side if we look like we know what we're doing instead of just crawling out from the muddy forest.
We didn't just crawl out of the muddy forest.
Exactly. So
Why
why
is
not?
the forest muddy?
What, exactly, we didn't. But you know, most of my dresses have blood stains on
Well,
them.
what about that one you borrowed from Vasher's mother? Couldn't you
Yeah, it
just
had
wear
some
that one?
blood on it. And it was good then, but for this, I feel like we could do something better.
I mean, if you insist on buying everyone new clothes, then I'm not going to stop you.
I think it's necessary.
I don't think it's necessary, but
No, we would look professional and well kept.
yeah, but
And
when
no
has
one-
that ever mattered?
It would, because if we look like we belong and we know what we're doing and we're organized,
Right?
then people are going to be asking intruding questions. If you see someone that you know is beat up and grimy and all of that, you're going to start asking more questions. But if you see someone who's wearing like chainmail and they're clean and proper and their hair slicked back, you're not going to.
No, see,
crawl
usually
the-
I actually think it's the opposite. If, for example, if you were to look absolutely disheveled and disgusting, I'd be like, ooh, gross. Let me stay away from that person. But if
Correct.
somebody came in like all clean and and nice, I'd be like, oh wow, where's he going? You know what I mean?
You'll talk to the person, but you're not going to prod. And if they said it's official business, you're not going to argue with them. I think it could give us some great standing.
Like I said, I'm not going to stop you.
If only I got.
But
better of you.
we'd have to get into the details of like team official colors or like essential or stuff like that. Like we don't have any of that prepared, and I don't really have the creative capacity to deal with any of that either. So,
I'll think about it
well,
after
you're
we
like,
go to the inn.
okay, that's fine. Well, we're almost there. So,
I see it's right there. Yeah,
yeah, it's right
let's
there,
walk
right in
in.
front of
I don't
right in
know
front
why
of
we're
the two of us.
outside of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're just standing right here in front of
Yeah.
the inn.
You guys start moving towards the inn itself. There's a couple of people just kind of milling about, just talking. A few have some like trays of tea when they're sitting just outside of other establishments, maybe restaurants. With your guys' passive perception being about the same, you both kind of hear a couple talking, saying, "That one right there, she's wearing very blood-stained clothing. It's not really befitting people of this stature. And that young man, while clean, he could use more respectable clothes. It would make him look more professional."
Told you.
I'll press the digitations all so the blood goes away.
The blood kind of vanishes,
And I'll
OxyClean style.
I'll shoot a glare
You
and
shoot,
keep
a,
walking.
you shoot a glare, and the person immediately turns away and pretends like they never saw you. Um, as both of you walk into the mammoth's wealth, the interior is very nice. This kind of ruby tiling on the floor with everything's made of some very dark woods carved elegantly. Torchlight currently adorning the interior with a couple of chandeliers for more ambient light. A hearth kind of burning off to one of the corners. While it is winter right now in Bismarck, you have been trudging through snow. Your boots are kind of covered in that like black ice and dirt. Um, you don't seem to track any of that into the establishment. Something about this um, tiling prevents mud and snow from going into the actual building. There is a reception, and several people are currently in line, but they're getting through them fairly quickly. Um, the person behind the the person behind the reception desk is an elven man, probably much older than either of you have ever seen an elven person. You're guessing somewhere around 800, nearly 900 years old. Super old elven dude. Um, yeah, it's hard to find elves with wrinkles. This dude has wrinkles. As he kind of finishes off with a couple of people in front of him. Both of you approach, or are you just kind of hanging back? What are you guys doing?
All I'm saying is you should wash your clothes. There should not be blood all over your person. That's all I was saying. You don't have
I
to
was
get so
going to
upset with
give
me.
it to Vasher in a authentic format at some point, so he could remember his family when he
Stop talking to me. I'm going to approach the counter.
You approach the counter. The old elven man looks up. He has spectacles kind of at the bridge of his nose, but the amplification is like very powerful. So while you see beady little eyes, the moment he tilts his head upwards, they become huge and magnified. You can see just the brightest blue eyes looking back at you as he says, "Welcome to the Mammoth's Wealth. How may I assist you?"
There's supposed to be rooms reserved for the prismatic thread.
Prismatic thread. Let me look through my ledger. He pulls out a nice leather-bound ledger with red leather on it. As he flips through it, eventually he does come upon a section that has a prismatic thread on it. He asks for identification, verification that you say who you are. I'm guessing you present the cards.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You present the cards. He seems happy enough with the accommodations, and he says, "All right, so it looks like it is paid for by the estate at Rimber Run, Lord Drunt. Um, And is this all in your party? This seems to be far more rooms.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, we're missing four of us. They're out and about doing things. They've never been to the capital before. We've been to the capital, so we came straight here, obviously,
oh,
as one does, for some R&R, So, but
that,
they'll be joining us
well,
shortly.
you've come at the right time. We're about to have the King's Challenge. It's exciting, and you nabbed up some of the last rooms we had.
Well, yeah.
Excellent. Do you
All
know
right.
anything about this year's King's Games? King's Challenge?
I wouldn't be the one to ask about that, unfortunately. I don't
Yep.
really get out during the King's Challenge. It's hard to get away from the wealth. It's requires a lot of maintenance, and the people that stay here expect a certain level of accommodations. You understand?
Of course, of course. And why shouldn't they? Yep, yep.
Of course, if you are looking for information about the King's Games, there is no better place than here in the Crystal Arcade. We have several establishments so you can find just about whatever you wish. The most popular is being Isoline. It's a place of wonders and delights.
That is ominous, yet enticing. Now, if you would show us to our rooms, please.
Of course, with the most speed. Do you have luggage? I see you carrying a door.
Well, it's shrunken, but
Okay,
yes.
I wasn't sure if it was on your back or if it
Yeah,
was.
no, it's shrunk, it's shrunk, it's shrunk.
Okay.
So it's like under my arm.
Yeah. The-
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
would you like my porter to take that for you?
I'll take it. I'll handle it all the way up to the room.
Of course. And the rest of your luggage, or are you all right?
Solid.
Nope, it's perfect. I
Okay.
will hold my bag.
The porter will see you to your rooms. He rings a little bell, and a gnomish man walks up to the two of you and kind of does a small bow. See them to their rooms, and he hands the gnomish man a couple of keys. The gnomish man says nothing, just kind of bows and beckons both of you to follow. I'll let your party know. I'll let you know as soon as your party arrives.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Both of you are led to a strange little room. You know what elevators are. They pull aside a kind of yeah, you know those old timey elevators where like someone has to like navigate it for you. You can't exactly like push a button by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys step in, and the porter kind of operates the elevator. A couple of arcane runes are situated on the side of the wall. He pulls the lever, and the elevator ascends up to the fourth floor. You guys, I believe, um, have room enough for two of you per room.
Sounds good.
So you guys have. Why can't I do math today?
6. Wait a second.
Yeah, 3 rooms.
Yeah.
On the top floor, which gives you an incredible view of the city. Well, for 2 of the rooms, incredible view of the city. 1 room has an incredible view of the castle up above. So it's really up to you guys which rooms you want.
Oh, this has a castle view. I'm going to take this.
And I'll take the city.
Okay.
I see we have to stay in separate rooms. That's fine.
Or would you like to? Anyway.
All right, fine. I'll just shut the door. I'll slam it.
The gnomish man looks at you, Tethrin, for a moment, and kind of shrugs his shoulders and shows you to the one of the other rooms. Zala, when you went into the room, it is a suite. You've got a small kitchenette. There is a small living space and an adjoining room with 2 beds, both of them about queen size. There's also a bath and shower combo with a window that kind of opens up, kind of like a veranda out towards the city. You can close the windows if you want. If you're using the bath, it's up to you. In any case, Same thing with you, Tetherin. You have the same sweet combo going on at one of the corners of the top of this establishment.
Cool.
All right. And while you guys are situated happily in the Mammoth's Wealth, we're going to go ahead and cut to Raylan, who is also in the Crystal Arcade, currently following behind a certain Verdan woman by the name of Talaxi.
So, no one's supposed to be following, but strangers can have conversations. What? How did you get here?
What do you mean, how did I get here? She says as she weaves around a couple of dwarves who are kind of like head to toe covered in different gold jewelries, and gold armor plating. Looks like completely just ornamental. As she kind of bows to them, both of the dwarves seem to bow nicely to her, and both look at you and just give you not as deep of a bow, but just a cursory bow.
Put my hand to them. Well, I don't know how to explain it. I guess here how'd you get in your position? I don't know. It's just it's new to me. I'd say I haven't seen one of my own in a while, or at all.
What makes you think I have any sort of standing? She continues to walk.
All right, I'm not much for noticing things, but I can notice when someone has some fucking pull around them, and you seem to be getting
Ooh,
by real good.
language. I don't fucking care for language. As she continues, sauntering through the streets. Eventually, she comes. Uh, the street kind of opens up. They've been fairly narrow up here in the arcade, um, into a long thoroughfare, kind of like a Broadway, really, where the center is kind of subdivided into small planters with tall trees. Everything is covered in snow to some extent, but here there seems to be little like heaters, magically inclined, so that it kind of clears out a vast majority of the snow and allows for easier foot traffic. As she continues across the street, there is a very large establishment, kind of cut into a V-shaped wedge. The establishment itself has magical lights currently blinking on the exterior. Not gaudy at all. It's actually fairly tame for what it could be, especially in a city like this. Above on the sign, and currently glittering in light, it says Isoline.
Hmm. I mean, guessing you've been around here a long time, so what's all this stuff? I've seen magic, but I haven't seen quite like this. In that
She
building.
stops. She stops and kind of turns to you and says, "We can drop the pretense. It was fun, but now I think it's getting in the way of conversation. So you've really never been in Visimar, have you?"
No, I stuck more towards Mulebreak and Selwind and whatnot.
Hmm. Well, we are currently in the Crystal Arcade. It has very nice nightlife. Um, how about you join me in Isoline?
I'm guessing that's that building. Sure, why not?
She chuckles to herself and starts walking towards the establishment. You hear music kind of thrumming from the interior. And there is quite a line to get into that establishment. It kind of wraps around the building, and there are several bouncers all wearing heavy metal plate armor, just standing out front with a decent size war hammers kind of strapped to their backs and a couple of daggers and swords on their sides. As she steps up, both of the bouncers look at her and just step out of her way.
Okay, yeah, you have to have some type of pull. I don't know if you're gonna be nefarious or whatnot, but apparently everybody knows you, and that's not something you come by every day.
She turns and one of the guards goes to intercept you from entering, and she says, "It's all right. He's just following me." She turns into the establishment. The guard looks a little befuddled for a moment, and he just steps aside for you.
Long lost family, you know.
He
Let's
kind
go
of
in.
nods apprehensively as you enter the establishment. Cut to Basher, Yeska. Last time we left you, you had just exited out of the Knight's Hall. What are you guys up to?
Vasher, where are you taking me? Hey, Vasher.
Oh, sorry, I really had to pee in the streets. And by in the streets, I mean in a normal bathroom.
Uh, uh, okay.
What's wrong with you?
Sorry, I
You-
thought I said something. That's on me.
Anyways, where are we going?
Oh, we're going up. First, we're gonna go to the Mammoth's Wealth, and then whoever wants to come with me to find Lady Bryn at the Knight's Hall can.
All right.
Does that work for you? Are you still drunk? Have you still had a lot to drink? How are you feeling?
No, I've been drinking mayo. It's been helping.
Yes, stop drinking mayo. It's not good for you.
Yeah, that's why my voice sounds like this.
Anyways, let's get a move on. Let's go. Come on.
All right.
All right.
Why
So,
we-
Yeska, have you actually been drinking mayo and alcohol?
No, because I can't get any mayo.
Oh, you can only get alcohol?
Yeah, I've just been drinking that instead.
Okay. Just for my sanity, go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah, easy peasy. 17.
Yeah, okay, you're fine. For the amount that you've been drinking, you're doing all right. As Vasher continues to carry you up through the throughway, eventually making it to the bazaar.
Basically, did we not need to produce stuff yet? Produce our
Mm.
writs?
Nope, not yet. The bazaar is kind of open to everyone. It is
Ah.
the main shopping center of the town, and it's also kind of like a nexus for trade and commerce and political shakeups and whatnot. You make it through to kind of the main shopping bazaar thoroughfare. Many shops that you've seen before kind of line the streets here. Think of it like Times Square, where you've got like all of the key stores in the same thoroughfare, but like their biggest versions of them. Like you see the Ruby Apple Trading Company's like flagship store, another kind of wedge-shaped building at the corner of the biggest section of the thoroughfare. It is a 4-story building with like a giant apple that's currently rotating, with the name Ruby Apple Trading Company glittering across the apple. There are several like glass windows that you can see on the inside, and it seems like there's a water feature that looks like a 3-story waterfall that cascades down into the center of like the building itself. You see other shopping establishments that are trying to fight against the Ruby Apple Trading Company, but kind of losing. um uh, General's Wares. duh, 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 duh. I'm not going to find it right now. There's a lot of other stores here. As you continue through here, you're just kind of following that same location that was pointed out before, well up above you. Eventually, you do make it to that same roundabout, kind of like that zigzags upwards towards the Crystal Arcade. From up here, there's kind of a bend right before you get up to the Crystal Arcade, about right here on the map, if I had to choose a place. That has a great overlook of High Wall Harbor, roughly 250, 300 feet below.
Wait, Vasher, that guy's
What?
selling mayo.
No, Jessica, I don't think. Jessica, can I see the jug?
Mayonnaise on a stick.
Oh God, Jessica, that's disgusting. That's just like eggs and
Sure.
oil.
Vasher,
No,
I need some
and
mayo.
No, and Jessica, let me see the jug. What's in this jug?
Vasher, it's just mayonnaise.
Well, can I have a drink then?
Yeah. I'll
I-
give him the jug.
And
Yeah,
I
shoot.
take a small sip. Is it mayo?
That's
I
still wine.
Yeah,
Yeska, this is wine. This is not mayo.
That's
Stop
why
drinking.
I need mayonnaise.
No, you don't need mayonnaise. You need. Is there like a food cart right next to us?
No, it's a little bit ways below. You do have a guy that's currently selling mayonnaise on a stick, though.
I'm not letting Yeska eat mayonnaise on a stick. God.
Best
Anyways,
mayonnaise in all of Ismar?
no,
Mayonnaise
it
on a
can't.
stick?
It might be good, but we're not eating raw mayonnaise. It's
All right,
mayonnaise
we'll
is a
come
condiment.
back for it. We'll come
We'll
back
come.
for it.
All right, that's fine. Anyways, and I'll keep walking. What is in Highwall Harbor? You said it has a good look.
Yeah,
An
looking
octopus in there.
looking down onto High Wall Harbor. It looks like a massive harbor that kind of spans the wall down to Low Wall Harbor, which is kind of the beach area that is accessible from the Grand Bazaar fairly easily. Um, Here you see hundreds of ships currently either docked or awaiting docking at the harbor itself. There is also a small fleet of military ships a ways out from the coast, just either being vigilant or you're not entirely,
Patrolling.
or supplying. You're not entirely sure.
So the majority of the ships in the harbor are merchant and vacation.
I'd say
I would assume.
I'd say it's a solid 60% of the ships are merchant, 40% are military.
Oh, okay. So big number. Okay. Neat. All right, come on, Jessica. We got to get to the next part of town.
Okay.
We got to get you. Well, we'll get you some mayonnaise when we get to the Mammoth's Wealth,
Sounds
and then we
good
can
to
come
me.
and we can come back for this mayonnaise later. I feel like it's one of those things though where like everyone says that they have the best of whatever in town, and it's never the best.
I don't know. I don't think you would just lie like that, right?
Mayonnaise sandwich. We have a mayonnaise sandwich. Second best mayonnaise in Vismar.
That's just bread and all right. We're going, and I start dragging Yeska towards.
You start heading up, kind of on that wind back road that leads up towards the Crystal Arcade. You make it to the same guards and show your identification, and are able to get into the arcade with the narrow streets, but very clean, very taken care of. Far more affluent part of town. They notice your kind of knight's regalia, and they're about to like bow, but then they notice you're carrying a small man on your shoulder, and they look a little
Yeska
confused.
is
And
big, right? Am I incorrect?
Yeah.
Oh.
how big is Yeskin?
5, 6.
Oh, this whole time I've thought Yeska's jacked and huge.
No.
I
Yeah,
was pretty
okay.
sure Yeskin was like normal size ish, a
Sorry,
little
assumption
shorter.
about barbarians. That I'll work on my assumptions.
So as you're kind of walking the streets, they kind of notice you carrying this um, short man on your shoulder, and they kind of just avoid you in general. But eventually, you do make it to the Mammoth's Wealth.
And I'll walk in and I'll say, "Can anybody help me? Not like an emergency, but just in general."
The old elven man at the counter says, "Yes, how may I help you, young man?"
I'm with the prismatic thread. We were told to come here by Lord
Yes,
Trent.
a few of your party are already in their rooms.
Oh,
He
can you guide
rings.
us?
He rings a little bell, and you see a gnomish man walk out and says, "This is with the prismatic thread. If you would be so kind as to show him to his room." The
Oh,
small gnomish man nods his head and beckons for you to
uh,
follow.
oh, hold on. What's your name, sir?
Who are you talking to?
The elven man.
Oh, let me look it up. Dolores Bertram, young man.
Dolores Bertram.
Yes.
Do you happen to have food for my good pal Yeska here? And I like kind of
Mayo.
shoulder shrug.
Mayo.
Mayonnaise. Yes,
Mayo.
you
Doesn't
do have.
don't
a
just give
certain-
him mayonnaise.
Well, I'm sure we can cater to whatever it is you desire. This is the Mammoth's Wealth, after all. I will send a menu up with you, and you can decide.
Okay, thank you. That'd be great. And then I look at the little gnomish man. I say, "And
The
what's your
little
name,
gnomish
sir?"
man already has a menu in his hand.
Oh, thank you. What's your name?
He does not say anything. Are
Okay.
you? Don't bother speaking with him.
Well,
He'll take
buddy.
you up to your room.
Okay. And I'll follow him. And once we're out of earshot of the elven man, I'm gonna whisper to the gnome again. What's your name? I won't snitch. I swear. That guy
He
kind of
turns
seems
his
like.
head and gives you the most deadly glare you've ever seen from a gnome.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just kidding. You do whatever you want.
And he continues to the elevator.
That was
Lemon
weird.
dar and mayo.
No, whoa, no, definitely not that second one. Bad, bad, Yeska.
Mayo.
He takes you up to the fourth floor. There are 3 rooms. He walks over to one that has kind of like a like on the door frame itself onto the left there is a small sigil of like the castle, and he kind of points to the room and then he just signals 1.
One, what? Oh, okay.
And then he continues walking to another room. He points to it and he also signals 1. Then he points across the hall to another room and just does 0.
and uh, are there like offensive gestures to gnomes?
Roll a history check.
Oh boy,
Asher
Huh.
gives him the bird.
an 18.
Yeah.
Hold on, Raylan.
I mean, like, if you're not entirely sure the origin of this gnome, he could have been born in the city, he could have been born in a gnomish tribe. You're not entirely sure, given that he works at a fine establishment like this. You can safely assume that he lived in the city. So there's not necessarily any worry of like gnomish cultural problems.
Okay, I just want a thumbs up is not offensive though in this world, is it, Emil?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, great. And I'll give him a thumbs up, and I'll pull Yeska towards the castle one.
Okay. You walk to the castle doorway, and the gnomish man opens it up for you, and hands you a key. Zala, what are you doing in your room right now?
Oh.
I have the bathroom door shut and I've closed the window. I'm taking a bath.
Okay. As you enter the room, you do one of the doors is currently closed. You see a small kitchenette and kind of a living space. Through the next door over, you do see 2 beds currently well aligned. One of them is kind of ruffled with a couple of bags seated on top, and there is currently a door that's closed. Though you do see mist of like maybe heat kind of pouring out of the bottom of the door frame, and you do hear water kind of sloshing around.
Hello?
Is that
Hello?
you?
Who's in here? Is that Zala? Zala, is that
Yes!
you?
Are
Okay,
are you gonna stay in my room?
No, I'm putting Yeska in here.
Ah, I mean that's fine. That's fine.
What, is that more
No,
offensive?
that's fine.
Is that less offensive? Because then I'll be offended.
I just
Or-
said that's fine.
Okay, I'm leaving Yeska in here. He's had a lot of what he said was mayonnaise. He drank a lot of wine. So,
Excuse me. He was drinking mayonnaise.
no, he said it was mayonnaise and it was wine.
Okay, but if
Big
he
difference.
vomits on my bed, I'm sending him to your room.
Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna go see. I guess that means that there's someone here. So I'm gonna go look in the other room. Who was with you?
Who do you think?
Well, probably Leo. If I had to give you my real best
That's
guess.
a good guess. It was Tethrin. So go stay with him. Go
Well,
bother
that wasn't even the
him.
right one. Okay, and I'll leave.
Okay, so you leave the room and you head to the empty room or the one that has someone in it.
The one that has Tethrin. And then I'll go. I probably should have knocked on that first door, and I'll knock on this one.
Okay, you knock on the door. Tethrin, what are you up to?
Oh, I'm affixing my door to the wall.
Okay. Are you setting up a new rune or are you just
No,
affixing?
not yet. Yeah,
Okay.
just affixing.
So as you're concentrating and you almost have it completely affixed to the wall, you hear on the door.
What? What?
You
Hey, I
you're so surprised that the spell is lost and you have to reaffix it. And it kind of starts leaning towards you a little bit. You have to like catch it.
Do you need something?
oh, it's hey Tethrin, it's me, Vasher. I'm coming
Oh my
in,
god.
and I walk in, and I set my backpack down. Um, it looks like you're in the middle of something. Are you doing something important?
Yeah, I'm setting up this door, obviously. So
When you're done, can you come with me to the Knights Hall?
why?
Because you guys told me not to travel alone, and I think Yeska's drunk, so I feel
Wait,
like
what do
that's
you
just
mean
about
Yeska's is drunk?
Well, he said he had his weird jug, and he said, "I'm drinking mayonnaise," which I thought that's really gross, but whatever. And then he slowly and slowly started acting more inebriated, like when we went to that. What was it? I don't remember. It was like that club where there were a lot of like women dancing and there was gambling. You were
The,
there
cas-
for that,
the,
right?
the casino, yes.
Yeah, yeah, a casino. And he was acting like he was then, like how I felt then. So I think he's drunk. He was
Oh,
drinking wine out of that jug. It
okay.
wasn't mayo.
Well, where are the other two? Where's Leo and...
Oh, we all got separated.
Oh, that's
So
convenient.
yeah, it's kind of bad. So
Uh,
maybe I should wait here. But I feel like I was told that my business was important.
right?
So I just don't know. I just
If
don't know.
you feel like you need to go find her, you should go find her. However, I don't think you should anticipate... Um, we have a lot to do to get ready for the games.
Well, but I just need one person to come with me. That way I'm not alone.
Okay.
Will you please?
Right this second?
No, you can do whatever you're doing with your door and like we can take a little bit to rest. We just need we have like how long do we have till the games?
I believe the current date is the 1st of Crenad. No, it would be the 3rd of Crenad at this point. You guys have 2 weeks. The game started on the 16th.
Oh, well, we have like 2 weeks, so I feel like you can get your door set. We can rest a little bit, but like I'd rather get my information to Lady Everett sooner rather than later.
To who?
Oh, did I not say who I was meeting here?
Yeah, you
No.
kept saying Lady Bryn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got their names crossed in my head. Bryn told me to meet with the Knight of the Realm,
Okay.
uh, and that I needed to talk to her about the stuff that I told her about.
Uh-huh.
Um, so
I
that
see.
I just need someone to go with me. That way I'm not alone. Because every time I'm alone in a big city, I seem to find trouble real easily.
That is not a lie.
Not wrong.
Let's wait and see if the others show up first.
Okay.
And then I can finish what I'm doing, and then we can help you. Does that sound
Okay.
like a plan?
That sounds like a plan. I'm gonna go eat downstairs, and I'll leave you do this. That way I don't distract you.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then I walk out.
Okay. Vasher walks out, and Tethrin, you continue to affix the door to the wall. Cut to. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just sighing because I have to start over.
Okay. Cut to Leo.
Yeesh.
You are currently in a parade of people. There seems to be some kind of celebration going on as you look in front of you and behind you as you're kind of walking alongside this woman. I think she named herself. Am I correct?
Um.
Like she gave her name?
So
I'm pretty sure she did. I
yeah,
was.
she did, but I don't. She is the lord of this area. Is It's her. It's his wife.
Debahar. Then that means that this is probably. Sorry, looking through my notes real quick. Just making sure I have this right. So, think it's Dinar Debahar, right?
I think so, yeah.
Right. Dinar Debahar. I'm not entirely sure how I described her before, but I double checked my notes, and I'm going to describe her again. Long brown hair, about shoulder length. She is currently wearing ceremonial robes of some kind, on a deep blue, like almost a sapphire color, with a lot of jewelry, and a small silver circlet around her forehead. Um, as she's kind of holding your arm. You're much taller than she is, so she's kind of really holding your forearm rather than like the crook of your elbow. Um, as you are walking along the procession, you hear her say, "So what is it that brings you here?"
Um, some friends of mine and I were gonna do the King's Challenge.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wasn't
do
aware.
you know much about it?
Of course, yes. It's only in a few weeks. All the preparations are set, as far as I'm aware. This procession here is actually one of the starting moments, and hmm, this might give you an unfair advantage. I'll have to let the judges know. But don't fret.
Okay. Well, we just got in town too, so um,
Which
this is
guild do
kind of
you
cool.
which guild do you belong to?
We're kind of new. We're called the Prismatic Thread.
I have not heard of that guild. I assumed you were probably, I don't know, with the Iron Eyes or the Eye of Dragons, but they tend to have a few of your kind.
Seen others like me?
Yes, there's several here in the city,
Oh,
though none with your particular coloration.
do you
I hope that's not
know?
rude.
No, I don't think so.
Hmm.
Do you know where they are usually?
They they're scattered. I do know that the Ire of Dragons has a few, as well as I think the Runifer College also holds several. Not holds, but you know what I mean. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
quite nervous about this whole ceremony.
Oh, well, you seem to be doing a good job. Are you leading it?
No, no. Usually it's my husband that takes care of these kind of formalities, but he is indisposed with the war effort at the moment.
Yeah, we've been hearing a little bit about that.
Yes, dreadful. What's happening down in Ironwort?
Um, has there been a lot of word from there, or we really haven't heard too much details.
Well, I'd rather not say here in this company as she kind of looks around. There are several other nobles that are getting a little bit closer, just gonna listen in on your conversation. Um, and she says, "How about we speak later after this little procession? I do owe you for escorting me up to the Sapphire Alcazar."
Sure, I'm sure my group would like to meet you as well.
Very well then. You guys continue to parade upwards. You pass the main gates of the lower Crystal Arcade, and just continue the procession up several of these strange, very wide set of steps that lead further and further up. Eventually, you do see the main kind of like crossing, a bridge that is kind of suspended in the middle of the air that leads directly towards the massive castle with the crystals currently floating about it. You guys are very high up at this point. Um, and you guys begin to cross the large bridge towards the castle. The parade that is currently around you seems to have kind of dwindled, looking now just being mostly the nobles. It's almost like people started splitting off, um, and they kind of stopped in the streets, and people are kind of cheering and stuff behind you guys as you are now well crossing the bridge towards the Sapphire Alcazar. The building is in magnificence. The walls themselves seem to be made intertwined with this strange black metal that has a strange, like a kind of chromatic variation on it. Um, Very wavy. It looks a lot like what's the name of that metal that's forged by folding it a bunch?
Damascus steel.
Thank you. It's like very colorful Damascus steel mixed in with a bunch of crystal that looks naturally formed along the walls, just like cracks built into the metals. Not quite able to mix it entirely. It just seems melted together into to form this impressive structure. Um, as you make it to kind of this um, what's it called? An amphitheater, just kind of right in front of the main steps that lead into the castle itself. Standing in the center of kind of a veranda overlooking everyone is a man, a woman, and several girls, two or three. All of them have bright blonde hair and insanely blue eyes. The uh, the main man, he is currently wearing metal armor. It looks fairly normal. There isn't anything that very much ornate about the armor itself. He has a blue cape covering one of his arms. He does. He also has bright blue hair. Sorry, bright golden hair, but his eyes are green rather than blue, as opposed to the girls who have blue eyes. Um, in his left hand is a glaive. On the pommel um, is a strange crystal that is ebbing and just kind of like pouring out quantities of magic that even you can feel, Leo. On his head, a crown with a single crystal in the center that is also glowing with magic that is similar to that of the sword in his hand. Welcome, friends. You have been selected to be the judges of the King's Challenge. May your light and mercy guide the guilds through these trying times. You are here because I trust each and every one of you implicitly. And I bestow upon you the lives of those who dare take on my challenge. All the nobles, Leo, you kind of look around you. There seems to be a noble. Every single person that is there is in like pairs, in pairs, and one of them has a circlet around their heads, and the other is just another person. You see, starting from the far left, there seems to be seven pairs. The far left, the normal person kind of steps back, and the person with the circlet around their forehead takes a couple steps forward and kneels before the king. And they kind of do it in succession until it gets to you. What do you do, Leo?
Do my typical curtsy.
You do a curtsy as Lady Debahar kind of looks at you, nods, and kind of gives you like a scoop back motion.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'll follow her lead.
she takes a few steps forward and kneels until the full procession does this.
I'll follow
her. After a few kind of recited words from the people here, the king says, "Your escorts may now leave us. There is much we must discuss. I thank each and every one of you." And he kind of makes eye contact with each person until he makes eye contact with you, Leo, and he kind of nods. And in that moment, you feel this raw power staring directly at you. I need you to go ahead and roll a d20 with advantage.
Roll. 15.
15. With a 15, you have Blessing of the King. For the
Oh.
next 6 hours, you have advantage on all checks.
Oh.
As you see the rest of the people kind of turn and start heading back across the bridge. Do you follow the people that are kind of walking out?
I'll look at the lady.
She's currently like head forward, bowed, kneeled down towards the king, just as the rest of the judges seem to be. She kind of turns for you and towards you for a moment, and then just kind of nods
Okay.
knowingly at you.
Okay, yeah, I'll follow then.
You follow the rest of the people, the small group across the bridge, as several knights start across the bridge, meeting the group halfway, and escort you guys to the steps, where you're met with cheers and applause. The knight that's kind of been following you around is within that crowd,
Oh.
and he approaches. Blimey, I didn't know you were so important, young master. Um, of course, we don't suspect you of any wrongdoing with the poor young man that we found. I'll be sure to report this to my higher ups.
Oh, well,
Uh,
thank you. I really appreciate that. Could you do me a favor?
oh yes, of course, young master.
Could you tell me where the mammoth's wealth is?
I can escort you there personally.
That would be great.
Of course. Please this way. As
Thank
the
you.
knight starts like pushing people aside, like make way, make way. He leads you to the mammoth's wealth, um, where you get there pretty quickly because he's just kind of pushing people out of the way. As he enters the establishment, the old elven man at the counter turns in your direction, about to like say something, but the knight that is with you says, "This young man here has business in this establishment. He is officially one of the." Uh, what is your title, young master?
I think it's Leo.
Is that a title or this is a Leo here, and everyone knows how important that is. Has been blessed by the king himself. Oh, I did not know. Congratulations, young master of the Leo. Um, do you have a room or?
Yeah, I'm looking for my friends actually. Hopefully they're here.
I have several parties that are in attendance, several nobles.
Will
I'm
we
not
go
entirely.
by the prismatic thread?
Oh yes, of course, yes. They are already waiting up above.
Oh, great.
He kind of rings the little bell, and the small gnomish man appears. And he walks up to you and gives a deep bow.
Yeah, I'll curtsy. Classic.
And the knight says, "I will be reporting things. Are you all right without me, Master Leo?"
Yes, thank you very much, and I'll give him a gold.
Uh, ever generous, ever so kind, the Leo. It's ever so kind as he's bowing and just giving affirmations. He exits the building. The small gnomish man, still in his deep bow, he doesn't quite meet your eye line. He's just below your eye line as he gestures towards the elevators.
Sure, lead the way.
He takes you up the stairs, up the elevator to the fourth floor, where he shows you the 3 rooms, gesturing that there is 2 in one room, 2 in another room, and 1 room with 0 people in it.
I guess. uh, Are they in one room or are they in multiple?
He
I'll ask.
he kind of points to all 3 of the rooms, and then he points at you,
Oh.
signifying that all 3 of the rooms probably belong to you to some extent.
Oh, okay. Whichever one's closest. I'll go to that one.
Okay. I mean, in proximity, it's probably one of the rooms with 2 people in it. So,
Sure,
do you
I'll
want to
just
go to
go
the
in there.
castle one or the city one?
Um, I was just around the castle, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go to the castle side.
Okay.
One.
Yeah, he opens the door for you. In the interior, Zala, are you still in the bath or?
Nah, I think by this point I've come out, and I guess I'm sitting on one bed, and I guess Yeska's on the other.
Yeah, Yeska, what are you up to? Did you order food?
Yeah, mayo.
You're muted.
No, I'm just laying there for now.
Okay. Are you?
Dreaming about mayo.
Is Yeska feeling okay or?
Yeah, he's doing fine. He's doing fine.
Okay.
I'm sitting on my bed writing some notes.
You guys watch as the door kind of swings open and Leo steps inside. The small gnomish man does the deepest bow you've seen him do and gives Leo every reverence before he turns and walks out of the room.
Thank you.
Vasher, did you bring my Mayandar? Vasher? Doesn't
Oh, hey,
sound like...
Yeska.
Oh, hi. You wouldn't happen to have any mayo, would you?
I'll check to see if I have any mayo.
Unfortunately, aside from the bits of mayo that are still kind of caked to your shoes from it being spilled in the carriage,
Oh, right.
you don't have any mayo in your possession.
I think I have any. We can go get you some if you need some, though.
Yeah, let's go get some mayonnaise.
Well, maybe in a minute. What is everyone? Is everyone here? I kind of got separated.
I think Vasher went to go get me some mayo,
Oh,
but I think everyone else is here.
Yes, you are the last one.
I'm sorry. I
No,
didn't
it's
mean to
okay.
make y'all wait. I did have a
Um,
very interesting time, though.
No one was waiting. Yeska's just mumbling about mayonnaise, and I think Tethrin and Vasher are bonding.
Oh, well,
I
that's
can
good.
only
They
assume.
kind of need that. They've been seeming to argue with each other a little bit.
Wait, where is Raylan? Did he come by?
I don't
Yeska,
know.
did you see Raylan? Was he with you?
No. I don't think so.
I didn't
You
see
can
him
ask
on my walk
Vasher,
up.
though.
Alright, seems I was wrong. You are not the last one. Congratulations.
Oh, good. Well,
You'll
I
have to tell us all about it.
yeah, I will. It was very interesting.
As you guys kind of catch up a little bit and talk about this, Raylan,
Oh yay.
the interior of this establishment is lavish. As music is currently playing from a very large stage at the far back. It is kind of a lounge environment. There are chairs and tables. There are booths where people are just kind of talking. It looks like this is very high society living, as waiters and waitresses, butlers, whatever you want to call them, are quickly bussing and moving about the entire establishment with an interesting amount of privacy. There are private cubicles up above that you can kind of see, and then they're kind of closed off by curtains where people are talking and just enjoying whatever is given to them here in this establishment. You see nobles of people of a lot of wealth just kind of lounging about and enjoying themselves. There is odors of different narcotics currently being used in the establishment. Ales, wines, champagnes, anything you can think of. It seems to be attainable here. As Talaxia continues to walk, she kind of slides into one of the booths. Not quite in the corner of the establishment, but just a bit deeper into the space.
Oh. If I didn't know any better, I'd say this was a date, but it's not my type of place. You know, I'll sit down at the same place. Not
The
like,
moment we sit down, someone walks up and says, "Is there anything you desire?"
no, not really.
And then Talaxia says, 2, let's say, yes, I'm feeling lavish, and she pulls out 2 platinum and drops it on the table, and says, let's get 2, Consortium Delamont, please.
Do I know
Of course,
what
man.
the Consortium Delamos is?
Roll a history check. The 9, consortium probably talks about gold consortium, but aside from that, you have no clue. As the person scoops up the platinum and bows and heads away quickly, she says, "So you don't drink, you don't smoke. What do you do?"
No, I drink, but I don't. I try to stay away from more heavier things. Not my alley.
So you're trying to keep lucid?
Yeah, in a way. Rather my mind be working when I'm doing things.
What were you doing in that alley, by the way?
Oh, I thought I told you. Yeah, that the guy that was on the floor, he took my coin purse. So,
I thought you held a grudge against him or something.
No, he should be alive. Probably. If no one kills him after.
You kill many people in your line of work?
I try to avoid them. I had to get rid of a couple people, but that was extreme circumstances.
So what is it that you do?
Well, I do a lot of things. Right now, I'm looking I'm looking for a person, but that's a different matter.
Well, there's plenty of people here. Maybe I can help you out. Who are you looking for?
Highly unlikely. But I might as well ask, what do you do? What do you usually do? You seem to have, as I've said multiple times, you seem to have some pull. What do you do around here? Has everybody ready to walk in?
I let people pick my brain in exchange. They pay me.
That has a lot of connotations. Are you a problem solver? I'm guessing you're a problem solver of sorts.
I'm pretty good thinking on my feet. And people seem to value that input. So I give them the information they want. For a price, of course. Go ahead. Quiz me.
Okay. The monastery of Yulbreak. Do you know about it?
Which monastery?
I don't know. It's one in the woods. It's hidden for some shit.
A monastery in the woods. I can think of 14 off the top of my head. Of different creeds and ideologies, I suppose. Any one in particular, or do you want me to just rattle off a bunch of monasteries? You see the servant who walks back, has 2 shot glasses and puts them on the table. The shot glasses have just a clear liquid that seems to be bubbling up a strange red, like these strange red sparks.
Well, that looks interesting. But
Yes.
no. Give me a sec. My friend talks about it all the time. I just can't remember the name of it. Do I remember the name of the fucking monastery?
Go ahead and roll a history check. That's all I can give you, man.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's fine. Raylan wouldn't remember the monastery name. Not that it matters, because, that Jacoby special rolls her shit. It's a 5.
With the 5, you can't, in the environment you're at, with like the atmosphere and this woman, you can't quite remember what you're trying to think about.
I don't know. It's the monastery up in Yulbreak, the woods. It's secretive.
You're really bad at this game.
Yeah.
She throws back one of the drinks and kind of turns the glass upside down and puts it on the table.
All right. Yeah. We'll hold that for another time when I remember. But let's. Jackie Solston. What do you know about her?
Solston. She is the Lord of Selwyn.
This is correct.
She has an extensive network of spies who work for various different peoples.
Alright. Do you know where she last was seen?
Last seen, she was somewhere near Yokai Fortress, if I'm correct. Heading north, so probably Rimbarun.
That's okay. I guess you're somewhat useful then.
Ooh, useful. Is that all I am? Useful? She
Well,
grabs the other shot glass and throws it back and flips it upside down.
Well, in terms of keeping, of being valid, yes. But you have more. You probably have more use than that. You have a lot more use, most likely.
You're really bad at this.
Yeah. What can I say? As I said, still thrown off at seeing one of my kind. I'm guessing one of my kind.
So you don't know what you are?
I've heard that I've been called a Verdan. I picked up a couple books, but I've yet to read. But I've got the gist of that.
A bad habit, carrying around books that you don't read.
Not often, you know. These are the first books I've come across in a while.
All those books will tell you is that we came from the moons. It's a very unenlightened view of our people.
Would you like to enlighten me a little bit more?
Our people are generally situated somewhere in Zathgamar. Other tellings say we're from Royal, but it's really hard to tell on occasion. I personally am from Zathgamar, one of the northern islands. One of the Shattered Islands, really. You take me more of as Royalin, but, you know, Royalins usually have more hair than you do.
So wait. There are certain like regional aspects of us. I'm guessing then.
Of course. Wow, you really don't know anything.
Yeah, no. The only thing I remember from my time as a child, or my origin, as you would say, was I woke up in the arms of my quote-unquote father when I was like 6, I think.
Huh. Interesting. However, I believe I've answered 2 of your questions so far. I think it's only fair that you answer a couple of mine.
Yeah, take with that.
What are you really doing in town?
Well, I'm here for the King's Challenge and some other business.
That's the part I want to know about. The other business.
Oh, other business. Oh, well, let's just say I've been hired to deal with a person.
Deal with a person. Would it cause me any trouble if you dealt with this person?
As long as you don't like them, probably not.
It's not about liking people. People are useful. Just like you said, I'm useful.
True enough.
So it really depends on the person, and I think that's where we're dancing around at this point.
Well, do you fancy or need anybody from your break in your operations?
I have several people that are of use to me from your break. You'll have to be more specific. She kind of snaps her fingers. The waiter comes back, so he drops another 2 platinum on the table. And he scoops it up and walks away.
I'll I'll limply telepathy a pic image of Jackie Soul, not Jackie, Singlock in her head.
She frowns and taps her finger on the table. Are you on any set timeline for this?
Not in particular. I'm pretty sure he needs to be dealt with by the time the King's Challenge is done.
So within the next year?
Oh, well, I didn't realize it was that long. No, probably sooner than that. Probably only within the month or so.
Who put you up to this?
My benefactor.
Jackie Solston?
Maybe, maybe not. Some connection with her, though.
Unfortunately, this would interfere with my plans a little bit. Any way I can persuade you to hold off for maybe 4 or 5 months?
I mean, he doesn't need to be dead. He just needs to be pacified. So if you have a way of doing that, it can definitely be.
That also wouldn't be beneficial for my needs. How's about this? We make a deal. If you hold your orders for 6 months or so, I'll assist you in... Oh, he's really putting me out. But I'll assist you in the King's Challenge. And when the time comes, with a certain noble.
Well, a slight change that. You can help me deal with the noble. I don't know how to deal with him quite yet. The King's Challenge, I feel like I have enough connections to do that. Though, if you want to, you're free to. But I have to look for a person if you want to help me with that.
So you'll hold off for a few months?
Sure, yeah. No
Alright.
guarantees though. If she wants it done quickly, it might have to. But I'll do my best.
Don't worry, I'll take care of Jackie Solston. She'll be appeased for the time being.
As long as it doesn't come from me, we're good.
I believe this is a contract. And you see a person walks up and has the 2 shot glasses and puts them down. She pushes one towards you.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll down it.
To this future partnership. And she throws it back.
From one of her down to another, and I'll take it back.
Now go and roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh yeah, time to get poisoned. That's why Raylan should not take alcohol from anybody from now on. That's what I've been seeing. It's a 20, I believe. Yes.
20 total? Okay. Your vision immediately has like a bunch of strange, like glowing spots. Just kind of moving around, though you feel calm. You're not entirely sure what it is, but this drink is awesome. Let's enjoy the evening.
Yeah.
I'll keep to my word and give you information.
Yeah.
At the very least, I know someone that can help you with the general situation of yours at the moment. The King's Challenge. There's a certain drunkard that the Knights of the Realm picked up last night. They may be able to help you. Tell them that I sent you, and they'll put him in your care.
Okay. Yeah. Don't. Jesus fuck. I'll make sure to do that. You said the Knights of the Realm or the Knights of Severia? 'Cause are they the same thing? I don't know at this point.
They are. Knights of the Realm are more important, though.
All right. Good to know.
She stands up. She looks you up and down one more time and says, "It's been very nice meeting you, Raylan. I'm sure we'll see each other again." As she saunters out of the establishment She leaves you in the booth. Music is still playing.
I'll rest for like 5.
And like crazy trippy crap going on with your vision.
Yeah, so I'm gonna close my eyes and wait till these pass off, and I'll head to the. I'll try to find the mammoth. Well,
Okay. After an hour or so, you finally come down, and are able to make your way to the mammoth's wealth, where you're quickly escorted up the elevator to the rooms up above, where you meet up with Leo, Zala, Yeska. I don't know if Tetherin and Vasher are still there. They might have already headed out.
I'm definitely still there. I said we were
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
wait.
just downstairs eating.
Okay, then you come across the rest of your party.
All right, I guess we finally all made it. That's nice.
Oh, sorry.
yeah.
Music's still on.
Tetherin, I feel like you should. I feel like whatever you're doing, you're bad at keeping a low profile.
Why is that?
I mean, somehow people have information on you, but I don't have any
Well,
information on you. That's
what is that? Are you threatening me?
fine. No, no,
It
no.
alright.
I'm just saying, you seem to have some shit you don't want brought up, and I'm from a
Yeah,
person
that's true.
Yeah.
I'm sure we all do.
I'm just saying. I just remembered that something.
It's
Be
just an
careful.
interesting way to say hello. That's all I was commenting on.
Okay,
Anyway, moving on.
cool. Oh,
Now that we're all back together, what would we like to do?
well.
I know some stuff we need to do. We still need to go by the menagerie to pick up our reward from
Rimba Run, yeah.
Yes. And I know Vasher has some tasks to handle as well. I don't know if anybody else has any pressing matters to attend to.
No, but
I would like to head to the Runifer College at some point. I have an old friend I need to go meet with.
Oh. You have friends.
One or two.
That's interesting to see.
Interesting comments coming from yourself.
This is. I don't have anything. And that thing that we talked about, I heard about like a week ago.
Right.
It won't interfere with the King's Challenge. As for now, probably.
Well, we're not gonna do it, so I would hope not.
Yeah. You're right. I was just saying, just in case.
Uh-huh. Right, yeah, just in case. Alright. Of course.
Yes, guys.
Anyone else?
Mayo.
Why do you keep saying why do you keep saying mayo?
Do you have any?
Do you want some?
I asked you first.
I don't, but I there was a vendor on the street.
Well, then I don't think you're gonna be able to help me.
To what end do you need this? Do you need the mayo for?
Have you ever had mayonnaise, Tetherin?
I think so. Usually
Good.
it's hidden. You know, it's a good. You don't eat it by itself, is what I'm getting at.
Maybe you don't, but I definitely do.
Where's your thing? Can't you get mayo from that? You disgusting creature.
Yeah,
Freak.
I've been drinking it all day.
You monster.
Look, Raylan, at least I don't just push people off rooftops. You know, I just eat mayonnaise.
I didn't-
You can't
I didn't
just
push him.
eat mayonnaise.
Yeah, the mayonnaise is bad for you. And
Look, I think we have more important things to worry about.
No, I'm not sleeping in the same room as you when all you have in your system is mayonnaise.
yeah, I think that
I've
might
been
be
eating
bad.
other things too, okay? Like mayonnaise on berries and mayonnaise
That's a
on
terrible
bread.
diet.
Ugh.
That's a terrible diet.
It's
That's-
very fatty.
Look, what do you eat, Zala?
That's
Just
right.
children?
No! I would never touch a child.
Not even nicely.
Not even nice.
I eat greens.
Oh, leaves.
Oh,
Right,
Raylan, be
that's
careful.
way
Ah,
better
shit,
than
yeah.
mayonnaise.
Is that why I haven't seen my people? You've been eating all of them.
Okay, enough of this. So what is our plan at this moment?
Oh, when it's enough for her, it's enough. But when I say to change the subject, it's not okay.
Probably need to find Basha first.
You wait, he's here, right?
Yeah, he's downstairs eating a meal.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
He has business to attend to.
so
So
Well,
we need
I
room
might
for college.
yeah, I might have a little information on the King's Challenge actually.
Oh,
I had a interesting time when I was away from you all. There's like 8 judges, I think, or something
7.
like that. 7? There's like 7 judges. And I kind of met the king.
huh?
okay.
What?
Was he fat?
Yeah, I met this really nice lady. Um, her name was Dinar Debahar or something like that. I don't know. Do y'all know who that is?
No.
No.
Do we know who it is?
Maybe.
All of you go
Would,
ahead and
would
roll.
they recognize the last name?
Well, honestly,
Bahar?
Vasher's not here. Raylan, you could probably roll a history check.
Maybe
Uh,
Tethrin.
yeah,
Didn't
so
Tethrin know about the capital?
yeah, Tethrin's been around the place for a while, so I'd say Tethrin, you can also roll a history check.
It's cock. No, that's not 20.
14.
The Dinar doesn't really ring any bells, but Debahar does. He is the Lord of Vizimar as a state, while King Arazel is the king over the entire country. Um, so the Lord of Vizimar is Lord Debahar.
Oh,
Well, he's the Lord and the Vizimar.
and okay, interesting.
Yeah, she was really nice. There was like a parade going on and kind of got in the way, but she let me help. And then I ended up at the castle.
And she didn't take anything from you?
No, she
She,
just seemed nice.
Hmm.
And then they were having a meeting. I guess they're kicking off everything, planning. I don't know what they're doing. But I had to leave after that. I didn't get to stay.
7 judges.
Okay.
And
oh,
there's
That
6
is,
of us.
I might have help with the King's Challenge too. Different help.
what does that mean?
Oh, just don't worry about it. We might have somebody to help us out.
Who?
A person. A very noble person, quote unquote.
What? Okay, it
Mhm.
seems that y'all got a lot done while we were split up. So, any other
I-
revelations whilst you were about?
Oh yeah. Asher and I waited in line. Mm-hmm. And then
what
they
for?
kicked us out. I
Why?
don't know.
Oh,
Why'd they kick you out?
I don't know. I know we just didn't do anything there.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
That sounds like Saphirian bureaucracy to me. So,
Mm-hmm.
This is true.
Well, let's go get our young Padawan and see what he needs to do.
I'm sure he's very excited to be in the big capital. Let's go check on him.
You guys head downstairs to the dining hall here in the Mammoth's Wealth. Opulent buffet, I think Vegas style, where you can just kind of grab everything. Again, there's no pandemic here, so buffets are totally still okay. As servants and staff are kind of refilling things, you see Vasher eating what? What are you eating, Vasher?
I'm assuming there's just like a generalized like anything, yeah.
Mayo. Yeah.
Dragons.
I mean, yeah, like, are you just eating like a Salisbury steak with mashed potatoes, or like what are you?
Yeah, pretty much. Vasher's a home cooking kind of guy, so that's probably exactly what he's eating. Some
Okay,
meatloaf and potatoes, with a brown gravy, because that's made with animal bones. Yeah.
Yep. So Golden Corral style, you have um, a good plate of food in front of you that you've half finished at this point as the rest of the party comes down.
Golden Corral style, you have food poisoning.
Yeah. I was gonna say, is this high quality or Golden Corral meal? Big difference.
I mean,
Oh.
it's the selection of Golden Corral if it was made at an actually competent
what do you-
restaurant.
The difference.
Oh, okay.
What's the
Uh,
difference?
All right. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Babes.
Oh, hell yeah.
True. And I waved to everyone. Hey guys, I was really hungry.
Morning.
Yesuke, you should come eat this. It's good for you.
Okay.
Yesuke, you don't have to listen to him. He's not your father.
Yeah, he's the same age.
Well, I don't see a problem. I'm
You're
Actually,
older
I'm
than
pretty
me.
sure he's older than me.
I'm 17.
Yeah, by 2
Well,
months.
Vasher's like 12.
He's
Pretty
16.
big for
Anyways,
12.
what are you eating, Vasher?
I'm eating meatloaf and potatoes and
Mhm.
gravy. And I'm gonna go get
What's
some
the
salad.
gravy made out of?
Well, it's a lot of different things. I don't remember exactly what everything in gravy is, but it's all very good. This one is
Alright.
made with animal bones, to get that extra protein and collagen.
Revolting.
I don't think that's revolting. I think it's very healthy. A good use of
Sounds
the
good.
life cycle.
I'm glad they taught you about
I'll have
collagen
some.
at Root High.
Yeah.
It was part of home ec.
I
Right.
feel like that's the only class you paid attention to.
Yeah, anyways.
Oh,
You
Uh,
start
I'll
I'll just
drinking
start
the
eating.
gravy.
I'll just start eating Vasher.
yeah, you can, I
About
just slide my
time.
plate over to him.
You pull. Yesuke walks over, just pulls the plate away from underneath Vasher and starts gobbling it down.
I just look and I'm like, there's plenty. So Tethrin, did you get what you need to get done? I really want to go to the Hall of Knights, and I feel like you're probably the most responsible person. No offense to anyone else, but have you seen him?
You should be offended.
I'm not offended. I understand. I've gotten into a lot of trouble, so I'd rather just go with the flow and ask for help rather than drag everyone into another bad adventure.
So you need to go to the Hall of Knights to do what?
To talk to a Knight of the Realm.
Oh,
I was told by Lady Bryn that I needed to talk to her, and that was very important.
that's where the thing comes in.
What thing?
The,
What
the,
thing?
The help.
The help?
Yeah.
Help. What fucking help?
Okay. Well, sounds like you should go then for sure, Raylan.
Oh no, you're better. You're the most competent. Don't you
I
think?
don't know what the help means.
I'll come
So-
along, but you should leave.
Well, I'm
You
not
know
saying
what
I'm
to
not
know.
going. I'm saying that you should go.
Do we need to, check in for the challenge or anything like that?
We've still got a lot of time until then, so I would not
Right.
assume so.
Just didn't know, how far in advance that's required. Maybe the Knights Hall knows.
Oh, probably.
be.
That's a pretty good guess.
We have our documentation. I think we should be good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
The only person that I'd be worried walking in there might be Zala.
And what's
Emil,
that?
would I know if higher level night halls have enchantments put on them?
And yeah, they definitely do. Like the one here in Vizamar, you do know has some very impressive magical enchantments to them that do various things. Even the Underhold, the prison that they keep here in Vizamar, is incredibly magical and has a lot of really cool spells to them. You don't know specifics because you haven't been toured in this particular precinct, but you do know that there is some crazy magic at work here in Vizamar.
I'd be worried about Zala. I don't know, her disguise dropping.
And wait, no, Zala. Let me. If her disguise drops, what's the issue?
Well, don't. Zala,
Isn't she
isn't your
ugly?
race only found in the enemy nation?
Right.
Well,
If
You're
that's
right.
if
you don't
I'm
s-
saying if that's what we're worried about, I probably shouldn't go either.
Well, what?
Because you're an elf.
Are you
Tethrin,
wearing
I'm a little
disguise
confused on where
too?
you're from still, so I don't see why that'd be a big problem.
Well, just know that it would be.
What
Because
the
of
fuck?
the
Tethryn, I.
no, he has things he wants to keep secret.
I'm
Okay, that's
You-
fine.
Don't worry, Vasher. I'll go with you. Okay.
And
Yeska, you need to sober up first.
He's sober.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sober.
Well, yeah, you
Yes-
can cast. Can you cast message today? Or
Message?
sending,
sending.
rather. Yeah.
I believe so.
Will you go with Vasher and Raylan? And if something begins to happen, which it most certainly will, just shoot us a cast the sending spell.
Sure.
what time of day is it?
You guys got here fairly early. So I'd say about midday. You're pushing 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Okay. Um, if that group is going to the Hall of Knights, I just want to go quickly get some clothes. I don't need to go alone, but I will go alone. It's not a big deal. I'm sure Tethrin doesn't want to come.
Zala, can you get me something while you're out?
Oh, I already got the plan.
Well, okay, can you get me something in addition to whatever you're gonna get me?
Well, what do you want?
A cape. I want a cape.
That was already in my notes.
Oh, sick. Okay, cool. Thanks.
What else is in your notes?
Yeah.
Could
I'm
you
afraid
describe anything in your notes to me, please?
I'm afraid it's a surprise, but it's all coming out of my pocket, so not to worry.
Well, I'm not surprised anymore. He told Vash what he's
Oh
giving.
wow. Well, no, it's like that one time that Zala paid for all our meals at that carnival.
I don't think she actually paid. I'm not gonna lie to
I
you.
think Zala said she did, and Zala's done a lot of helpful things for the most part, so I gotta believe it.
I was taking a lot of things too.
That's true. You did take my mom's dress.
2 of them.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you wearing it right now?
Yes.
Yeah, helpful things.
Get a new dress while you're
Yeah,
out too.
I don't trust somebody.
And burn that one.
Burn it?
Well, you don't
God.
want it. It probably still
No,
smells
it's
like
stained
her.
with blood. What is supposed to happen? What are we gonna clean it
I'll press digitation. I'll clean
I'll
it.
do it too.
The-
every
the
hour?
blood- the blood vanishes.
Doesn't do it every hour. It's permanent.
Yeah, once you purchase digitation, it's gone.
Reduced to atoms.
All right, so you'll go to the Knights Hall. I'll quickly go get some clothes and head right back here. Do nothing else. I'll keep my head down.
Yeska, what are you doing? Right. All right. Good talk.
I'll be with Mayo. It'll be
Catherine,
fine.
Are you going to stay here with Yeska?
No, I need to go do some shopping as well. So Yeska, you can either tag along with Zola and or you can go with the other group.
Yes.
I'll pick up the plate and I'll stand up.
I think he's gonna.
Still eating. Yes, who's ready to go with whomever.
I think he should go with you too. He might need some clothes and home etiquette.
Well, we
Yeah,
can only
that's
help with one of
probably-
those issues.
I already have clothes.
Needs mayonnaise. You've been
All right. Are we going to take a break soon by chance? If not, not a big deal.
Yeah. So as you guys decide what are your next steps, we're gonna go ahead and take a break.